I listen up, bro, because I'm about to keep it a buck with y'all like a goddamn dollar store up in this bitch. You read the title, right? Addictions are merely just attempts to escape your reality. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. Addictions of any form are simply just attempts to escape your reality. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? You're telling me that I'm not addicted to porn. You're telling me that I'm not addicted to alcohol. You're telling me that I'm not addicted to these drugs. That all of this was simply just forms of me trying to escape my reality. Will make that make sense? Relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, we must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that you, me, and everybody that you see holds within them a key, a divine blueprint on how they can live their life in alignment to their destiny. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. You, me, and everybody that you see holds within them a divine blueprint on how they can live their life in alignment to what is most natural to them. This is what we call in the ancient Aryan traditions Dharma. You got a Dharma, I got a Dharma, your dad got a Dharma, your mom got a Dharma, your brother, your sister, even your motherfucking dog and cat got their own Dharma. This is the blueprint on how you can live your life in alignment to what is natural to you, to what is innately destined for you to follow, that will actually fulfill you. But in the modern world that we live in today, the Maya, the Matrix, the illusion, society as a whole, whatever you want to call it, has boxed us into specific corners of our consciousness that keeps us stuck operating in one mode of existence. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the fuck does that even mean? Well, let me break it down. Just stick with me. Stick with me, my boy. Take a good look around you. Take a good, hard look around you. The people that you see in your day-to-day life, what are they focused on? What are they living for? Better yet. And if you're being completely honest, it's three main things: survival, sex, status. Survival, sex, and status. The whole idea of life for these individuals, it might be you, and it's been me before too, is about accomplishing these pursuits of survival, sex, and status. That is the main purpose. That is the highest pedestal, the highest pinnacle of their existence. These are certain planes of consciousness within you, where your consciousness is focused on survival, where your consciousness is focused on sensual pleasures, aka sex, and other different types of, again, pleasures that gratify your senses, as well as planes of consciousness associated with status, with dominance, with the ego. These are not evil, these are not bad, but when you're stuck in this position, your whole life becomes about survival, sex, and status. And you forget what brings you the most fulfillment. You forget that divine blueprint of your dharma, of your destiny, on how you can live in alignment to what it is most natural to you. Look, don't matter how good your life might be when you're just pursuing survival, sex, and status. You might be the most successful motherfucker out there. But if that is overriding your knowledge, your understanding, better yet, your understanding of what allows you to live a life that is innately natural to you, you're always gonna remain in a state of dissatisfaction, spiritually speaking. Your physical needs might be met, your mental needs might be met, but your spirit is malnourished. Your spirit is starving, motherfucker. It is starving. It needs to eat. You need to feed it. And it tries to send you signals. Your spirit sends you signals just like how your senses send your signals. You see, the mind is the plane in between the body and the spirit. The senses, when you touch something, if I touch a hot stove, my senses are gonna send signals to my brain saying, get your fucking hand off that. You're gonna burn your shit to crisps. So I react to it. Your spirit sends signals in that same manner, but it's not through the physical world. It is through the spirit. It is through the psyche. It is through these subtle realms of reality, through emotions. You know, that depression that you feel, you know, that anxiety that you feel, these are simply just signs and signals from the spirit telling your mind, just like how your senses would send that signal to your mind, and your mind would tell your body to get its hand off the stove. Your spirit is sending signals to your mind, hoping that your mind can react in a way to pull yourself out of that situation that is causing the depression, that is causing the anxiety. And that state of existence is a byproduct of not living in alignment to your Dharma. Let's take it on a very, very practical level with this example of animals I like to bring up. Let's say we take a fish out of water. You take this big ass fish that's meant to be in the water, swimming all day, you take it and put it onto land. You know, you train it to survive, have sex, and achieve status. You allow it to feed on as much dopamine to satisfy its senses, to satisfy its mind as humanly possible, as animally as possible, fishly as possible, since we're talking about the fish. It don't matter how much dopamine you give it. It don't matter how much sensual gratification you give it. Even though we're talking about an animal right here, there is a spirit within it. And that spirit is yearning to go live in alignment to what is natural to it. What is living in alignment for a fish to what is natural to them? Obviously being in the motherfucking water, right? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You are that fish being taken out of water. You are living a life that is not in alignment to your Dharma. Not only do you not know your Dharma, aka you've forgotten your Dharma, but also you're living a life that somebody else told you is your Dharma, is your destiny. School, job, house, wife, kids, retire, die, and that whole cycle repeats itself over and over and over and over. You've been sold and told lies your entire life that this is the right path for you. But I'm telling you right now, if that was the right path for you and you're dealing with some form of addiction, whether it's doom scrolling, whether it's smoking dope, whether it's jerking your cock, I don't care what it is. Whatever type of addiction that you have is you trying to escape from this reality because it is telling you, your spirit is telling you that this is not for you, but you are too ignorant to understand the signs and signals from the spirit. You try to cope with this. You try to escape through flooding your brain with dopamine so it forgets that it is depressed, so it forgets that it is anxious. Those are signs and signals from the spirit, bro. And if you're addicted to something right now, I don't care if it's small, I don't care if it's minimal, if you're just stuck in a state of compulsion, that's what I'm talking about with addiction, where you are not in control. Your body literally just takes over because it's trying to escape for you. When you're in that state of compulsion, when you're in that state of consciousness where you are not in the driver's seat and your body just reacts in a certain way, to forget about that anxiety, to forget about that depression because it's uncomfortable to face it, that is a clear sign that you are not living in alignment to your Dharma. I'm not saying that when you live in alignment to your Dharma, everything is peace, love, light, sunshines, and rainbows. You're going to go through ups and downs, but you're not trying to escape that reality. You're okay with solving those issues. You're okay with solving those problems. A fish is okay with solving the problems a fish needs to do. It needs to go eat food, find shelter in the water. It's not meant to solve issues on land. You take another example for a bird. You take that bird that's meant to fly in the motherfucking sky, put it into a cage, clip its wings, whatever. Yes, you can feed it all the dopamine it wants. All the dopamine that's possible for you to inject into its system, you can give it. but it's still going to be depressed. It's still going to be unsatisfied. Go take a look at, animals in the zoo. They get all the food given to them. They don't have to go hunt. But guess what? The hunt, the starvation, the hunger, even though that might be a problem, that is a problem they're built to solve. They'd rather be starving on the motherfucking Sahara Desert, the plains, where they can go and actually hunt animals. They'd rather be starving than be in a zoo, kept clean, super nice, super orderly, structured. They get their food on a certain time. They have a certain meal plan. I guarantee you, if a tiger could tell you, it would say, bro, let me fucking be homeless. Let me be starving. Let me be emaciated out in my element, and I'll figure out those problems. You're out of your element, and that's why you're coping with the fact that you're out of your element. But these copes are programmed into you. Because again, what are you programmed to pursue? What are you programmed from the moment you were born to think about in your day-to-day life? To make the biggest priority in your day-to-day life: survival, sex, and status. If you're told and sold this lie that all life is about is simply just survival, sex, and status, you're gonna believe it. It's gonna be indoctrinated into your identity. This ego that you create as you grow up, as you formulate and mature. This ego that you have right now is built and manufactured in a specific way to be a mere cog of the machine. You're just a part of the matrix, pursuing the same shit that keeps this whole cycle of samsara, the whole cycle of the matrix running. The more that you pursue survival, sex, and status, the more prana that you put into the system that keeps you stuck in there. How do I know that? Well, let's break it down. The more that you focus on survival, sex, and status, the more that you make that your main priority in life, the more you're going to be depressed, the more you're going to be anxious. And I'm not saying, again, survival, sex, and status are bad or evil. No, not at all. There are planes of consciousness, and they have a time and place to be indulged in. Not be the one that's the planes of consciousness that are completely controlling your life. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. When you make that your end goal in life, that's all you're pursuing. That's all you're doing. That's all that's on your mind, subconsciously speaking. And when I say survival, sex, and status, yes, it might not be literally in your mind survival, sex, and status. It might be packaged up in a different manner. But let's keep it a buck here, man. When you rip off all the packaging, what is the main things people are pursuing in life? Survival, sex, and status. Don't sugarcoat shit. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it honest. Let's keep it a stack like a goddamn $100 bill. See what I'm saying? When you pursue that as your end goal, your aim, the highest pedestal of life, guess what? You might get a surge of dopamine that satisfies your senses for a short period of time. But that depression comes back. That anxiety comes back. And you've been sold and told a lie that the more dopamine that you get, essentially, is going to be the cure. But the more that you run after that, the more this depression and anxiety is going to increase, because you are deeper and deeper and deeper into this abyss. You have been prolonged more and more and more and more of feeding your soul. When you're hungry, the first hour, it's manageable. Second hour, you get a little bit more hungry. Third hour, even more hungry. Fourth, fifth, sixth, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, you're starving. So it's deeper in your mind. The longer you've been living your life misaligned to your dharma, the deeper you're going to have to go and chase dopamine. And the deeper that this compulsion becomes, the more addictions you start to stack up. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? More cars, more clothes, more hoes ain't gonna fix the issue. I find enough more cars, more clothes, more hoes actually exacerbates the issue. Whatever you're addicted to, doing more of that ain't gonna fix it. Let's take another example. If you're doing a drug, you're smoking weed to escape reality. One joint would have been good enough before. Now, the deeper that you're into this abyss, now you need 2, now you need 3, now you need 4, now you need a whole fucking QP, now you need a whole pound a day to forget that you're stuck in depression and anxiety, to forget that you're living in misalignment to your dharma. The solution isn't more dopamine. The solution is your dharma. The solution is finding out what it is that brings you fulfillment. Finding out what it is that allows you to live in alignment to your nature, to your essence. Finding out, just like a fish, that they're meant to be in water. Finding out, like a bird, that they're meant to fly. You keep that bird in a cage. It don't matter how much dopamine you give it. You're keeping it in a cage for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You're going to need more dopamine to basically shut off its mind from basically wanting to self-delete itself. You need more and more dopamine, because at the end of the day, all it's yearning for is to live in alignment to its dharma, which is him flying, being in the sky, being in its element. You are out of your element if you're addicted to something. It's not because you enjoy pornography so much. I promise you that. I promise you that you don't enjoy alcohol that much. I promise you that you don't enjoy, degenerate drugs like that all that much. It's because you're looking to escape. But there is no escape. There is only your dharma. If you want to remain stuck in this cycle of being a slave to your compulsions, of being a slave to the system, of being spiritually malnourished, then by all means, keep on doing your addictions. Keep on trying these nonsensical self-improvement habit bullshits, dopamine detox, monk mode, this and no nut November, no fap, and fucking, all this nonsense. That ain't gonna fix the issue. Yes, you can abstain from these addictions, but you have to replace that addiction with your motherfucking dharma. That's the only cure. I'm not trying to sound dogmatic, but this is just what it is. If you take a fish out of water, are you gonna say, hey man, you got this fucking dopamine detox, stop thinking about this, stop thinking about it? No, there's only one motherfucking solution. You put that fish back in the water. We put your soul back in its dharma. You see what I'm saying? If you're sick and tired of being stuck in addictions, and you've tried all the self-improvement habits, you've tried all the gratitude journaling and fucking no nut November and monk mode and all that crap, yet you're still suffering, yet you're still deeply engaged to these compulsions without any ability to control yourself, I'm telling you the solution right now. You must discover your dharma. And again, you, me, and everybody that you see have our own individualized dharma. It's not something that you gotta find. It's already within you. The information, the code, the divine blueprint is residing within you. It's always been there, and it will always be there. All you have to do for the time being is to dissolve your karmas that are in the way. So let's break that down. You might be wondering, okay, man, what the fuck does that mean? You're talking about dharma, now you just brought up karma. When I say karma, I'm not talking about you do good things will happen. You do bad things will happen. That is not the form of karma that I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the compulsions that you create. When you're in those states, that's a bar, write it down. Create, that's a state, that's a karma, that's a dharma. Come on now, man. When you're in these states of consciousness where all you're thinking about is survival, sex, and status, and they have a chokehold over you, you start to form karmic compulsions to them. Think about it like this. Your consciousness is like this ball, this balloon. And the more that you engage in these karmic compulsions, the deeper that they start to attach to your psyche, to your subconscious, and create something that the yogis call samskaras. So those karmas are basically like ropes that keep the balloon in that place. It can't move up, it can't float up. Your consciousness cannot go any further up. It's stuck in that state. It's stuck in that realm. It's stuck in only thinking about what? Say it with me, survival, sex, and status. The more that you engage in it in a compulsive manner, aka as a form to escape, the deeper that it's got a chokehold on you. And when it's got a chokehold on you, you're not in control. You're not having the sex is having you. You're not trying to survive, survival is trying to have you. You're not drinking alcohol, the alcohol is drinking you. Because it knows it's the one in control. You're not. You're not. And those karmic ties just get deeper and deeper and deeper, stronger and stronger and stronger, heavier and heavier and heavier. The more heavy that they become, the deeper that you become, engrossed and encapsulated into these states of consciousness, which pulls you away from realizing your Dharma. You see, the way that I break it down is within the tantric traditions. Traditional Tantra, which is all about associating the planes of consciousness with the chakra system. When you hear about chakras, trust me, I've been there. I understand it's not just random balls floating around in your body. These are planes of consciousness. These are categories of consciousness. Each chakra is representing a state of consciousness. And right now, in today's day and age, where we are living in Kali Yuga, you see in the yogic traditions, time goes in cycles, yugas. We are living in the cycle of Kali, which is basically, to break it down, your consciousness spawns, just like how you spawn in a Call of Duty game, just like how you spawn in Fortnite, you spawn your consciousness in the lower planes. And you've been sold and told lies that you are just the brain and body. So that compounds even deeper towards, again, those attachments. If you believe that all you are just a brain and body, you're going to believe that all you're brought here to do is survival, sex, and status. That is the aim, goal, and success in life. If you got that, you're going to be happy. If you got that, you're going to be fulfilled. That is the facade that we are living in today's day and age. You are rooted in the lowest aspects of the spine. And it is your job to climb and to ascend to the higher realms, to get less dense, less material, and more subtle and more spiritual. The whole journey throughout that process is called Dakshinachara, the right-hand path of renunciation. You see, the reason we walk the right-hand path, for any of you individuals that are ready to finally break free from addiction, is to overcome those compulsions, is to dissolve those karmas. And how do you dissolve those karmas? By performing acts and austerities of renunciation. When I say renunciation, I'm not saying you just give up on life and you go up on the mountain and meditate forever. What I'm talking about is you disengage your consciousness from being pulled into those planes. You reclaim back the power. If you're addicted to pornography, the form of renunciation you would practice is semen retention and celibacy. Not because you think pornography is evil, not because you think pornography is bad, not because you think sex is bad and it's a sin. It's because you know that this is an addiction that you have, that is an attempt of you trying to escape reality. So that plane of consciousness has massive compulsions, has massive karmas that are deterring you from what? Understanding your Dharma. You can get stuck in a plane of consciousness, and depending on what plane of consciousness that you're on, your addictions are going to manifest in different ways. If you're stuck in the Muladhara chakra, the lowest chakra, the root chakra, guess what is associated with that? Alcohol. If you're addicted to alcohol, guess what? Your consciousness is most likely stuck in the Muladhara. If you're still addicted to pornography and sexuality, you're probably stuck rooted in the Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra. If you're addicted to more cars, money, clothes, hoes, status, you're stuck in the Manipura chakra. You see, each one of these chakras has a poison, has a karmic tie compulsion that keeps you stuck in that state. Each one of these practices of renunciation on the right-hand path are aimed at dissolving that karmic tie so you can reach up to the next level, because each one of these planes holds a piece of the puzzle that inevitably come together to paint out the picture of what that Dharma is. You cannot skip chakras. You cannot skip planes of consciousness. You can't just go from compulsions and addictions to being in alignment to your Dharma. You must gather all of these pieces of the puzzle. You must gather all the motherfucking infinity stones. Think about it like that. You're grabbing all these infinity stones from each plane of consciousness, and they all come together to form the gauntlet of your Dharma. But you must dissolve the karmas in each plane of consciousness to get that infinity stone, to get that piece of the puzzle. If you're stuck there, you don't get the knowledge of it. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That is the path. That is the journey. That is the whole process of you rediscovering that Dharma. Because the Dharma is basically a byproduct of mastering each plane of consciousness, if you would like to say that. When you are living in a state where you're in control of each plane of consciousness, you are not compulsed by it, you are free from karmas, you are liberated from karmas, you've dissolved them all. Like you're playing Pokemon, now I gotta catch them all, you gotta dissolve them all. Your dharma is the only thing that's left. You are beyond desires, you're beyond compulsions. And what is there, it's only what's natural to you. When you discover that, that's when you start living your life. You've been sleepwalking this entire time. You've just been living a simulation. You've been living in the matrix. You've been programmed to believe that this is what you're meant to do. This is what's gonna bring you success in life. And you've just been stuck in this hamster wheel of living life from the agenda of others. You've forgotten your own divine blueprint and you're suffering from addiction as a result. This is the price that you got to pay when you live in alignment out of your dharma. And again, this ain't your fault. You are spawned into this state and society has programmed you from the moment you were born. I'm talking about your mom, your dad, teachers, friends. Just all of this shit has been programming you from the start. It is not your fault, but now you cannot use that as an excuse. Because most people will never understand this stuff. Most people will never get this type of information. Most people will never understand Dharma, aka the path of life, the mode of existence that is the most natural to them. You think when a fish is just swimming around in the water, doing what a fish is meant to do, is going to be addicted to pornography, addicted to food, addicted to that? No, it's doing what it's meant to do. When you were a child and you had more connection to that Dharma, you didn't have these addictions. The older you grow, the more that you mature, and the more that you get molded into this mere cog of the machine, aka the matrix, the deeper that these karmic compulsions come about, because your inner child is screaming at you, telling you this is not what you're meant to do. But you view that as depression. You view that as anxiety. You view that as mental disorders. Here's these pills. Here's this pornography. Here's this drugs. Is this alcohol for you to forget about it. And guess what? That compounds over time. And you got to get more pills. You got to get more drugs. You got to get more alcohol. You got to do more shit to subside that inner voice telling you to stop, to wake up, to turn this ship around. I'm unsatisfied. I am starving. Your soul is telling you that you're starving. Your spirit is communicating to you, telling you this is not the right path. If it was the right path, guess what? You wouldn't be addicted to this shit. If you're living the life that you're meant to live, it was dharmic to you, you would not have any addictions. That only comes as a result, a byproduct of living in alignment out of your dharma, because you're trying to escape your reality. Where you're trying to escape to, you're trying to escape past this. You're trying to go into the void. You're trying to forget. You're trying to delete this information of you living in misalignment to your dharma. That will never go away. The depression will never go away. The anxiety will never go away. These addictions will never go away until you dissolve your karmas and discover your dharma. By walking up what? The right-hand path, up the mountain of self-mastery. What awaits you at the top of that mountain? Self-realization, understanding who you are, better yet, understanding who you are beyond the brain and body and what it is that you were brought here to do, aside from just stimulating the senses. That's what awaits you at the top of this mountain. That's what awaits you at the summit, is the knowledge of your dharma, the knowledge of what is natural to you, the knowledge of what you were innately brought here to do. The left-hand path, the descent down the mountain, is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. That is where you start to apply this knowledge and this wisdom of your dharma back into the material world. Because it doesn't mean shit to just know your dharma. You must live it. It don't mean shit right now to just be able to live in alignment to somebody else's agenda. You must know your dharma. This is the process. Self-mastery, self-realization, self-actualization. That's the 3-step process of this journey towards becoming dharmically aligned to your duty, to your destiny, to your true innate purpose. This is what you've been looking for your entire life. You've been trying to find, these little self-improvement habits, self-improvement techniques to try and overcome this state of misalignment to your Dharma. You've been looking for the solution. You've been looking for a quick fix. You've been looking for something to give you an answer. The answer is within you. The answer has always been within you. And that answer is your Dharma. This is the most noble pursuit any man can make, and is the only thing that really matters in life. Your Dharma is like the sun in your solar system. Everything else revolves around that. Where you live, who you hang out with, how you dress, how you talk, how you walk, everything should revolve around that Dharma, because again, it is what you were destined to do. It is what's the most natural to you. Stop trying to have a fish learn to fly. Stop trying to teach a bird how to swim. Don't matter how hard you train that bird to swim, it's gonna want to fly. Doesn't matter how hard you train yourself to be a mere cog in the machine, a good little boy in the matrix, you're always gonna want something deeper. And then you start to create these disorders in your mind, these addictions, these attachments, these karmic compulsions that make you fall deeper into the abyss of, again, forgetting what that Dharma is. Again, forgetting what that destiny is. Do you truly want to overcome your addictions? Like, I'm generally being honest. Ask yourself that. Do you truly want to overcome them? Ask yourself this right now. Do you truly want to overcome your addictions? What have you done and how has it worked? Oh, well, I did this 90-day challenge and then I fell back into it. Oh, I did this 40-day challenge and then I fell back into it. Whether it's food, again, I don't care if it's junk food, pornography, sex, drugs, alcohol, even things that you might think are positive, going to the gym, can become addictions. Because they're all forms of escaping the reality that you're living. If you are living a reality that is alignment and is natural to you, why would you want to escape? Ask yourself that. Why the fuck would you want to escape? You could be indulging in the same things, junk food, drugs, alcohol, all that stuff, sex. But you're choosing to indulge in them. You're not using them as a vehicle to escape your reality. You love your reality. You enjoy every crevice and aspect of it. And these are just the cherries on top. Even things that you viewed as negative, when you're living in alignment to your Dharma, could be alchemized into something positive. Because everything is still revolving around what is natural. Living naturally is what you're looking for. Living dharmically is what you're looking for. This is the highest, most noble pursuit any man can make. And it all starts with you first understanding, better yet, understanding what the fuck I just told y'all. But most importantly, actually walking up the right-hand path of self-mastery, walking up the journey of Dakshinacharya. You see, most people have already clicked off this video by now. Most people maybe got triggered by the way I talk. Most people just can't comprehend what I just said. But if you're still here, that is a clear sign, a clear indication that your soul is using me. The Dharma is using me to provide you this message and tell you that you are ready to walk the right-hand path. You are ready to dissolve those karmas. You are ready to what? Discover your Dharma. All the shit that you've been doing before did not work because it's never going to work. All those addictions that you're still dealing with are not going to go away because you're trying to escape your reality. The only way you can fix this is by living in alignment to the reality you're meant to live. And that is what awaits you, again, at the top of this mountain. But it takes a specific type of individual to make it there. It takes a specific type of individual to even start it. And I'm guessing you're one of those individuals. You are what I like to call a spiritual savage. Not some self-improvement nerd, not some new age spiritual dumbass. You're a spiritual motherfucking savage. You are devoted to this path of self-mastery. You're a real aspirant because you realize that this whole life that you live in, maybe you might be successful in the eyes of others, is not going to get you true fulfillment. It's not going to allow you to expand to your fullest potential. It's not going to let you be liberated. All these addictions, all these karmas, all these compulsions that you're carrying around, you know for a fact that this ain't the way you're meant to live. A spiritual savage understands that, but also takes action, also walks up that mountain. If you're one of those motherfuckers, man, I'm gonna need you to just do me a quick favor right here. Right here, right now. Go find the closest mirror to you. Go find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car. Look in their car window, stare at them, make them uncomfortable, do what you gotta do. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your motherfucking phone. Take a good, hard look at that mirror for me. Come on now, man. I can wait. I can wait all day. I can wait all day. Did you get it? Come on. Get your click-clack Kodak moment going on. Get your click-clack Kodak moment going on. Get that mental picture marinating into your motherfucking mind. Let that picture sink into your psyche. I need you to really understand that that man that's staring right into your eyes, that's staring right into your soul, when you look into that mirror, you're doing him, not me. You are doing him a huge motherfucking disfavor if you're someone who's truly about this path of self-mastery, if you have not joined up into our private Patreon community yet. Yeah, you heard me right, the private Patreon community. I got to give a quick shout out right here, right now for that. Because if you're someone who's truly serious about this path to self-mastery and you're enjoying the content that we're talking about over here, man. Matter of fact, if you're enjoying the content that we're talking about over on the main channel, if you don't know about the main channel yet, man, you are missing out. Let's talk about the main channel real quick before we get back to the private Patreon community. Again, this whole brand, this whole channel is about talking about this whole journey of self-mastery, the right-hand path of renunciation, Dakshina, how you can dissolve your karmas and discover your dharma. This is what we talk about here on this channel, aka the second channel, The Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping all that games so you guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? But this is also what we talk about over on the main channel, The Philosopher. You see, on this channel, we do all of our content straight up off the dome, no cuts, no edits, raw, uncut, and unfiltered. Basically like a long-ass podcast out here in the field, literally in the flesh, out in nature, like we're doing a FaceTime talk, mano-y-mano. You know, keeping it raw as it gets. If you enjoy this type of content, that's what we're cooking up over here on this channel, aka the second channel, The Philosopher Files. But if you want to see another side of the coin where we are still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, but from a different angle, where you'll get a cinematic experience every time you tap into a video over on the main channel. You can find a link to the main channel over in the description box down below. I'm talking about you got all the nice clean cut edits, high quality content, the quotes, the script, all that good stuff, man, documentary style shit over on the main channel, The Philosopher. So if you have not tapped into The Philosopher yet, man, hit that link in the description box, subscribe, get up on some games you're out here looking like a lane. You dig what I'm saying? Again, we still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, but from another side of the coin. Maybe you like this channel more, maybe you like that channel more. Maybe you just like the best of both worlds, but you ain't gonna know if you don't tap in with the main channel, The Philosopher. Again, description box down below. Make sure you go run it up. And also underneath the link to my main channel over on the description box, you'll find a link to my Instagram. Look, man, if you ever want to talk about these topics, chop it up about these different types of concepts, my DMs are always open. Shoot your boy a shot, slide in the DMs. Not like that though, I don't roll like that, but just shoot your boy a message. Let's connect on there. Let's talk about these things, and also follow me over on that platform to get up on some more game for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane. You dig what I'm saying? Again, all that good stuff, description box down below, the main channel, The Philosopher, and my Instagram. But again, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, on the main channel, all over on the private Patreon community, back to the fucking promo of the private Patreon community, is all about, again, this right-hand path of self-mastery. Because look, bro, if you're enjoying what we're talking about over here on this channel, over on the main channel, I'm telling you, your mind is going to be motherfucking blown with the type of information that we cooking up over on the private Patreon community. Because we are uncovering the esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen. I'm talking about a treasure trove of exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel, you ain't gonna find on the main channel. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna find it anywhere else on the internet, because it's some real deal game for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane. You dig what I'm saying? So again, if you're someone who's a true spiritual savage, you're someone who's truly about this life of self-mastery, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, stuck in the cycle of addiction, and you're looking for the true cure towards your dharma, towards your destiny, towards your duty, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, you are missing the fuck out by not joining up into the private Patreon community. Because not only do you get access to all these exclusive videos, a treasure trove of all this esoteric content that we're cooking up over on the private Patreon community, but also access to all of our full guides, access to our in-depth occult lectures, access to our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to our to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Not the Philosopher's Circle. I'm talking about the motherfucking Philosopher's Circle, aka our private inner circle community, where you'll be invited into our private group chat and be surrounded by other like-minded men who are walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you, who are going to hold you accountable, who want to see you elevate, and most importantly, want to see you liberate, as we are all dissolving our karmas to inevitably discover our dharma. If you want to be surrounded with individuals like that, a community of like-minded men like that, a brotherhood like that, I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy, because this ain't just no group chat. This is also where we host our bi-weekly mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Bi-weekly mastermind live calls. We're hopping a live call with me, as well as this community of like-minded men who are also on this path of self-mastery, who are overcoming addictions not through self-improvement gimmicks, but actually the ancient teachings of Dharma. So if you want to be a part of this community, man, because look, you all heard the saying that you are the sum of the five people that you hang around most with. If you hang around with 5 people that are also addicted, that are also slaves to their senses, that are also mere cogs of the machine, in the matrix, in the Maya, the illusion, you're going to be the 6th motherfucker a part of that group. But if you want to surround yourself with real spiritual savages just like yourself to help you elevate, help you liberate, and inevitably help you illuminate, I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy. I can 100% guarantee that shit. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box. Again, description box is where you'll find a link to my main channel, The Philosopher, and my Instagram. I'm talking about in the comment section down below. It's the first comment right there, pinned up by me. Click that link. You'll be forwarded to our page. And from there, you can join up into the private Patreon community and the Philosopher's Circle, but also check out the other services I provide as well, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program. Because look, man, if you're someone who's truly serious to ascend and evolve your consciousness beyond these constraints that are keeping you stuck within this cycle of addiction, within this cycle of degeneracy, within this cycle of karma, I'm telling you, man, you see, as I say this, the AC-130s are over my head. They know I'm about to drop you out of that game. They're ready to cut this video out. But if you're someone who's truly serious about this path of self-mastery, who's ready to really detox and detach from all these degenerate habits that are causing you to fall deeper and deeper into the abyss and deter yourself further and further away from your dharma, I'm telling you, man, this is the coaching program for you, where we are going to dissolve your karmas to discover that dharma using the esoteric science of self-mastery by curating a personalized approach on how you as an individual can make it up the mountain yourself through my guidance. So if you're someone who's truly serious about this path of ascension and evolution of your consciousness to dissolve your karmas and find out what brings you the most fulfillment, find out what is the natural state of existence for you that will allow you to abolish all addictions, to actually live in a state where you enjoy your very existence instead of trying to escape it, I'm telling you, man, this is the coaching program for you. So if you're interested in that, shoot your boy an application and we'll see if your entry meets the criteria and qualifications for the program. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with so we can get you back on the right track, that's what we got our consultation call booking link to as well in the pinned comments video. You can book a link right there, and we can hop on a call together, figure out what it is that's going to allow you to, again, dissolve those karmas, discover your dharma, and give you back on the right track. Again, all that good stuff posted in the pinned comment of this video. Just click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can pick and choose whether it's joining up into the Philosopher's Circle, applying to the coaching program, or booking a consultation call. From there in the pinned comment, you can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you. But like I was saying, man, all the stuff that we're talking about here on this channel, all the stuff that we're talking about over on the main channel, The Philosopher. Again, description box down below, along with my Instagram. Tap in, connect, subscribe, all that good stuff. All this stuff that we're talking about over on the private Patreon community, especially within my personalized coaching program, is all associated to this right-hand path of renunciation, of Dakshinachara, of ascending yoga, where you can rise up the spine, rise up the planes of consciousness, get each piece of the puzzle so they come together like all the infinity stones and tell you what your dharma is. Because your dharma is within you. I don't know your dharma, but what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. And as you dissolve your karmas, that is inevitably how you discover your dharma. I can't tell you what your dharma is. Your mom can't, your dad can't, brother, sister, self-improvement podcaster, nobody can tell you what that divine purpose is. It's within you. It's already ingrained into your DNA. You just need to reawaken it. I like to bring up this analogy. The sun is like your dharma. The sun is always out. It's always there. A couple days ago, super cloudy. I couldn't see the damn sun for shit. But did I think the sun left me? The sun is no longer there? No, it's always there. It's just covered up by clouds. Your dharma is always there, but it's not covered up by clouds. It's covered up by karmas. As you walk up this mountain of self-mastery and you will collect these infinity stones of the spiritual path, you basically are removing those clouds piece by piece, layer by layer, until the sun is glaring at you right in front of your face. And there is no excuse. There is no questioning of what your dharma is, what's your nature, what brings you the most fulfillment in life. Then the whole process after that is how do you live in alignment to it. Whether it's becoming a musician, an artist, a YouTuber, a doctor, I don't know what your dharma is, but what I do know for damn sure, again, is how to dissolve your karmas through this esoteric science of self-mastery. This is the process. Addictions are just trying to escape, are methods of trying to escape from this reality of the depression and anxiety that you're living in as a result of living in misalignment to your dharma, to your destiny, to your duty, towards what is natural to you. Again, that bird, that fish, that you take them out of their element, don't matter how successful they are in their unnatural habitats. They'll never be truly successful until they're back in their element, back into their nature, back towards their dharma and what they're meant to do. You can be balling, money, cars, clothes, hoes, all these survival, sex, and status line up for you. But still, why do billionaires self-delete themselves? Why? They've won the game of life in that manner. They've won the game of life. In society's eyes, in the matrix eyes. So how do they want to, why do they want to end their lives? Why do they want to end their existence? But the yogis, the sages, the sadhus, the monks who are butt-ass naked meditating in caves are more blissful than the billionaire with every material thing. They don't suffer from depression, anxiety, of getting more and more and more. They're not on the hamster wheel of hedonism. They're not chasing dopamine, because what they have found instead is divine nectar. Divine nectar is a state of consciousness, a state of spiritual ecstasy that is experienced when you live in alignment to your dharma. That is a byproduct of your dharma. You can't get that at a store. You can't get that buying a new car. You can't get that in the material. It's from within you. And it is a byproduct of living in alignment to your dharma. A yogi's dharma, a sadhu's dharma, a mystic's dharma is to be up in that cave and meditating butt-ass naked. I'm not saying that's what you got to do. Maybe being a musician is what it is for you, but you got to get up to that point where you are removing all those compulsions to understand what it is. Because if you don't, you're going to be You might be successful in the eyes of society, but you're going to be in this hamster wheel of hedonism for the rest of your life, where you need more and more and more and more and more. And you're going to get more and more addicted, and fall deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into compulsion, and move further and further and further and further away from your Dharma. Do you see what I'm saying? The right-hand path is for the savages that are willing to break free from those attachments, that are willing to go against the grain of what society tells them is successful. This is why I say you got to be a motherfucking savage to walk this path. It ain't all sunshines and motherfucking rainbows over here. It ain't all sunshines and motherfucking rainbows. But this is what you've been looking for. And trust me, man, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Everything that I talk about here on this channel, on the main channel, over on the private Patreon community, and especially within my personalized coaching program, is not something that I just made up. This type of knowledge, this type of information about the right-hand path, about Dharma, about karma, all the shit that we just talked about here, has been broken down for us by the ancient sages, the awakened masters of the East, of the Aryan tradition. They have laid down the blueprint of how mankind can realign themselves back to the divine, back to their Dharma, back to their duty, and laid it out in this esoteric science. My Dharma and my destiny for the time being is to revive this Dharma, to revive this knowledge, to revive this wisdom, and make it more applicable, make it more practical for you, the modern day man, to plug into your life. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that I'm saying has already been said and done. I'm just breaking this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all, so you can apply it into your lives. So you can actually understand, better yet understand, how to apply the esoteric science of self-mastery. Because this is some real deep shit. This ain't new age spiritual nonsense. And this ain't some self-improvement bullcrap. This is real esoteric sauce to help you not just be spiritual, but live spiritually in alignment to your soul, towards your destiny, towards your Dharma. You see, if you're still watching this video, not only are you in the 1% of the population that's not suffering from brain rot, I always say this to people that watch this channel in specific, this second channel, aka the philosopher right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping all that games. You guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? No cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. I always say this, you guys are more spiritually and psychologically advanced than the masses of society. Am I saying that you're a chosen one because you watch this channel? Absolutely not. This ain't no new age spiritual nonsense. But what I am saying is the truth. Most people are suffering from brain rot. Most people can't watch a video for this long. And you add on top of that the density of this information, it's going right over their heads. But you still being here is a clear telltale sign that you resonate with the message. You resonate with the message. You look, I know I'm entertaining and I know I look good, but you did not just waste about damn near an hour of your life listening to me yap about Dharma and karma if it did not resonate with your soul. If it didn't resonate, you would have been like the majority of people and already clicked off by now. But if you're still here, this message is speaking to you. It's speaking through me and to your soul. I'm just a messenger. I know I look good. I know I'm entertaining, man, but look, let's keep it a buck here. I'm just the messenger of the Dharma. The Dharma is using me as a conduit to speak through you to the screen and to your soul. To tell you that it's time to walk the path. It's time to truly overcome your karmas. And it's time to rediscover your Dharma. Maybe the way that I break it down, maybe the way I spin it, maybe the way that I just put it out there in this format is the only way that makes sense for you. But at the end of the day, it's all about the message. It's all about the Dharma. And my Dharma is to make sure that this Dharma is revived. That other men in the modern day world are living in alignment to their inner nature. That's my duty. That's my purpose. That is what I'm trying to bring to the world. And this is what brings me fulfillment. Hopefully you can feel it while I talk. But again, I don't know how or why, but you resonate with the message. Not just the messenger, the message. Maybe in your past lives, you've dissolved some karmas that put you in a proper position in this life to actually understand that this whole concept of Dharma. But I don't care what it is. This is a clear indication that it's time. You can't waste this incarnation on further deepening your soul into this grave of spiritual degeneration. You need to work your ass off. You need to walk this right-hand path and punch in your one-way ticket to spiritual liberation by what? Dissolving your karmas and discovering your Dharma. This ain't a joke, this ain't a game. You need to take it serious, because this lifetime might be the only lifetime that you're put in this position where you tap into the philosopher's content. Maybe on the next one, you don't tap in with this content. You're like the masses, stuck in fucking brain rot. Don't waste this opportunity, man. This is a clear telltale sign that it's time to ascend, to evolve your consciousness throughout this process. Because you never know when it's your time to go. That's a ball, write it down. So you better make sure every single day you're working towards that Dharma. Working towards dissolving those karmas. Because that's the only thing that's going to bring you true fulfillment in life. No amount of cars, money, clothes, or hoes, you're always going to want more of it. You're going to get more addicted, and you're going to be in this cycle of consumerism and carnality, which makes you a slave to the system. Do you want that? I'm guessing not, because if you did, you would have already clicked off by now. It's very clear. But just knowing this ain't enough, bro. Knowing and understanding this ain't enough. Having this knowledge in your brain ain't enough. I need you to turn that understanding into understanding. I need you to turn that knowledge into gnosis. Knowledge in the brain versus first-hand experience through the heart. The only way you're gonna truly understand this whole concept of dissolving your karmas to discover your Dharma is by walking up the mountain firsthand for yourself. I can guide you, I can give you the sauce, I can give you the science, I can break it down, but I can't walk it up for you. I'm walking up my own mountain. This whole community that we're building in the private Patreon community, within my channels, everybody's walking up their own mountain on a different side. Well, we're all walking up the same mountain. It's our own mountain, but it's the same mountain. We all start out on different angles. We all take different routes, but the principles remain the same, and that is what this esoteric science is all about. The way you get up it is different than the way I get up it. I can help guide you, but I can't get you up there. I'm walking up my own mountain, and hopefully I can see you at the summit. So you can not just understand what I'm saying, you can understand it. You can feel what it's like to live in alignment to your Dharma. To no longer be stuck in compulsions to addictions, because you are living naturally to your nature. I want you to experience that. And if you made it this far, you better, because you fucking just wasted an hour of your life that you're never gonna get back listening to me yap about it. But it ain't enough to just watch the next video, watch the next video, watch the next video. You must apply this wisdom. You know, when it comes to self-improvement, there's people out there that watch video after video after video, read self-help book after self-help book after self-help book, yet never apply the knowledge. What are they called? Mental masturbators. Well, I'm calling you, yes, you motherfucker, if you're just gonna binge watch my videos and not apply the knowledge, a spiritual masturbator. I need you to walk up this mountain and feel it firsthand for yourself as you start to dissolve those karmas, grab that piece of the puzzle, and walk up to the next plane and do the same thing. There are different poisons in each plane of consciousness that are holding you stuck in that plane. When you break all of those chains and you become liberated, that's when you can actually use your consciousness towards applying and expressing your Dharma fully. You must find what that Dharma is, which resides in the higher planes. So that's why we ascend upwards and break free from all desires to realize what is natural to us. But at the end point, we need to apply it. This is the right hand and left hand path, but we're talking about the right hand right here, right now. Addictions are merely just forms of escape. You're just trying to escape your reality. You are yearning to live in alignment to your Dharma. That's it. Your focus should be that. Everything else revolves around Dharma. It is the sun in your solar system. I can't find your Dharma, only you can, but what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve those karmas. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired in this cycle of depression, anxiety, trying to run away from it, trying to escape, remember, these are just signs and signals from your higher self, from your spirit, telling you this ain't the life for you. No matter how much you try to train that fish to fly, or however much you try to train that bird to swim, it ain't gonna work. Trying to train yourself to live in the matrix, if that ain't your dharma, ain't gonna work. So what's the solution? There's only one, and it is discovering your dharma. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out that game so you guys can make these gains and I'm out of here. Peace.